I am Sandisile, a cloud support engineer here at the AWS office in Cape Town. Today, I'm going to show you how to use AWS Database Migration Service to create source or target endpoints. Let's get started. To create source or target endpoints, you can use two methods, through the AWS Management Console or through the AWS Command Line interface. First, open the AWS Management Console, search for AWS DMS. For the first method, create a replication instance in the AWS DMS console. Before you create endpoints, you need a replication instance to test the connectivity to your source and target databases. To create one, complete these steps. Go to the Migrate or Replicate section and then choose Provision Instances. Choose Create Replication Instance. Enter the basic information for your replication instance. Choose Create Replication Instance. After you have the replication instance, create source and target endpoints separately through these steps. Choose Create Endpoint to create a new endpoint. Choose the source endpoint radio button. Check the box to select an Amazon Relational Database Service database instance. From the drop-down list, select your Amazon RDS instance. The endpoint identifier and source engine type auto-populate. Go to the Access to Endpoint Database section. Enter the connection details for your source database. There are three connection types that you can choose from. Option A, AWS Secret Manager. Select AWS Secret Manager. Select an existing secret Amazon resource name or create a new one. Specify the secret RN. For the AWS Identity and Access Management role of the secret, create a new IAM role or select an existing one. Option B, Manual Access Information. Select Provide Access Information manually. Enter the login details for your RDS instance. Option C, IAM Authentication. Select IAM Authentication. Choose or enter an existing IAM role for Amazon RDS Database Authentication. In SSL mode, you have four primary options to consider based on your security requirements and the database engine you are using. None establishes an unencrypted connection to the database. Require the connection is encrypted using SSL, TLS, but no certificate authority verification is made. Verify full establishes an encrypted connection. This option verifies both the server certificate against the certificate authority and confirms that the server hostname matches the hostname attribute specified in the certificate. Verify CA establishes an encrypted connection and verifies that the server certificate is signed by a trusted CA. Now go to the Endpoint Settings section. Here you can use a wizard or editor to define additional specific settings for your endpoint. Go to Test Endpoint Connection. When you test the endpoint connection, select the replication instance to test the network and database connectivity for migration. Choose Create Endpoint to create the source endpoint. Now choose Create Endpoint to create the target endpoint. Select the target endpoint radio button. Check the box to select an RDS database instance. From the drop-down list, select your target RDS instance, the endpoint identifier, and target engine type auto-populate. Navigate to the Access to Endpoint Database section. Enter the target database connection information. Here you also have three options to choose from for access to your target endpoint connection: AWS Secret Manager, Provide Access Information manually, and IAM Authentication. In SSL mode, you have four primary options to consider based on your security requirements and the database engine you are using: None, Require, Verify Full, and Verify CA. Go to the Endpoint Settings section. Here you can use a wizard or editor to define additional specific settings for your endpoint. Go to Test Endpoint Connection to test your target endpoint connection. Select the replication instance to test the network and database connectivity for migration. Choose Create Endpoint to create the target endpoint. For the second method, you can use the AWS CLI to create the source or target endpoint. Open AWS Cloud Shell. Create a replication instance through the AWS CLI. Use the Create Endpoint command to create a source endpoint. Press Enter to run this command. Create a target endpoint through a similar command. Press Enter to run this target endpoint creation. I have successfully created both source and target endpoint through multiple methods in AWS DMS. Thanks for watching and happy cloud computing from all of us here at AWS.